Those cute little baby penguins in the zoo. Who on earth doesn't like them? Yeah, the zoo is great, at least for us humans. But what about the animals themselves? I mean, we cannot really ask them what they want, but at least we can try to have a fruitful discussion on whether it's good or bad to hold animals in a zoo. Welcome to the second episode of Good or Grim. We are going to try to answer some statements. Just keep in mind that I am no expert by any means. I do have a bachelor and a master's in psychology, and I just like to rattle about this topic. Just keep that in mind. If you like this type of content, then hit that subscribe button. It would also help me a lot. And let's just dive right in. Okay, statement number 1. In the average zoo, the cages are way too small. I think I strongly agree with this argument. First of all, you have all different kinds of zoos. They come in all shapes and all sizes. I have been to plenty of them in my whole life as a child, but also more recently. Let's take the Netherlands, where I am from, as an example. We have a specific type of monkey zoo called Apenhul, where the monkeys basically are free to go wherever they want. At least the smaller ones. So basically, where the visitors can go, they can go as well. They have lots and lots of space, and I always like that about that zoo. However, in Amsterdam, you have a terrible zoo, at least in my opinion. This zoo is called Artes. It's in the middle of the city, and the cages are so freaking small that I think you might be kind of shocked when you visit the place. For example, when I was younger, I went on a school trip to Artes. I can still remember an elephant that was like walking around there, and it made those strange repetitive moves all the time. It was like walking around in a circle. It just, I don't know, it felt really bad. So I think the average zoo, it's actually kind of terrible, but there are some exceptions. Okay, statement number 2. It is okay to keep certain animals in a zoo while others really don't belong there. I do totally agree with this. I feel like some animals really don't need so much space. I mean, think about spiders, scorpions, like the smaller animals. However, let's take the elephant as an example again. So a lot of biologists, they say that, like in general, animals that travel long distances in the wild, such as like orcas, elephants, polar bears, they just can't really thrive in a zoo. I mean, it's great for us. It's great to see those animals. I can watch them for hours, but I really don't think it benefits the animals themselves. Statement number 3. Zoos are there to educate and inspire. Up until a certain point, this is 100% true, I think. Like as a child, I loved going to the zoo, and I learned a lot from it. I mean, if you have a little chit-chat with a zookeeper, they can tell you like hundreds of interesting facts that are super useful to know. And zoos often provide information about, like, for example, endangered species, or they just tell about how humans influence nature. There is a counter argument here though, because you can argue that the zoo gives young people a distorted view by simply implying that it is okay to hold wild animals in a cage. And I don't really know what I think of that message. Alright, conclusion time. Do I think that zoos are good or grim? I mean, if we are talking about the average zoo of nowadays, then I definitely lean towards the grim. However, I have been to a couple of zoos in my life that were so much better. I really do hope that the world progresses to a place where we are more aware of animal welfare. But I'm quite optimistic about this. I feel like the younger generation is already quite aware when it comes to like being good for nature, sustainability, animal cruelty, all these kinds of topics. So I do feel hopeful. Alright, that was the second episode of Good or Grim. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next episode.